Hello, everyone. I just wanted to touch base as we finish week 1 and head into week 2. I have learned a couple of things, and I've also come up with a couple of new solutions or ideas that I want to share, and also just reflect on what I've learned in our first week together, because we had a lot of things to do this week. It was very busy, and I thank you for your hard work. So first and foremost, it was brought to my attention, well, quite frankly, I already knew this, but I think I forgot because we'd not been in school for so long. Safari can be problematic for Canvas as well as MyMathLab. So if you're experiencing issues with things not loading properly, the first thing I would say is switch to Google Chrome or Firefox, okay? For my Mac users out there, I'm a Mac user and I use Google Chrome. I don't use Safari. I use Chrome for all of my work stuff. So if I were you, I would do the same thing to just hopefully avoid any issues. My second comment has to do with the timing of some of our assignments and our quizzes. So this particular week, I didn't have the homework due until Friday because we just had so many things to do. Moving forward, the homework for the week, the paper and pencil homework, will be due most likely on Wednesdays or Thursdays. And the reason for that is because I want us to have plenty of time to submit that homework, obviously, but then get feedback on it and learn from whatever your mistakes are before you take the quiz. So some people submitted their homework on Thursday, which is 2 days early. I'm not mad at you for that at all. But if you submitted your homework on, or I guess that's 1 day early, whatever. They submitted their homework early and then they took their quiz the very same day. Okay, again, not mad at you, but those particular students received no feedback on their homework prior to taking the quiz, none, because I did not go in and grade it until at least Friday, if not Saturday. So if you were having mistakes, you had no idea, and yet you went and took the quiz anyway. So what I'm thinking is if we have the homework due on either Wednesdays or Thursdays, then I can get in there and grade it, like Friday, the latest, hopefully. But even if I don't get to your grading yet, the answer key will be posted the very next day. So if you submit your homework on if you submit your homework on Thursday and it was due Thursday, Friday, the answer key is there. So even if I haven't graded your paper yet, go in and get the answer key. See how you did. Would you have gotten most of them right? Would you have gotten a couple of them wrong? Why would you have gotten them wrong? Do you understand how to fix them? Settle all those issues before you take the quiz. Because the quiz, at least in Canvas, it's just one attempt. MyMathLab quizzes, you get 2 attempts, but Canvas, it's just 1. So you really want to feel good about the material before you take the quiz. And then speaking of MML, the other thing I learned is the MML homework is a really great thing to do either at the same time or even maybe before you do the paper and pencil homework. Now I know the paper and pencil homework is due sooner, and that's because I have to grade it and I need time, so I'm sorry. But the MML homework might be a good place to go before or at the same time that you do your other homework, because in MML, they're really short, by the way. I don't make super long MML assignments. So when you're in there, you'll see the question, you'll choose your answer. It'll tell you right away if you're right or wrong. So you're already getting a sense, like, do I know what I'm doing or not? MML is great for that. And there's buttons inside MML that you can click that are like, help me solve this. Show me an example. Show me another example. Help me solve this. And so if you're stuck in MML, at least there's a button that says, help me solve it. And so maybe if you were able to talk yourself through the problem, thanks to MML, you could then go back to your homework document and be like, now I know how to do it. Thanks to MML talking me through it, I know how to answer question 2 on Bishop's piece of paper. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So sometimes if your schedule allows it, I would not wait until the last minute to do MML, because MML could be really helpful to you trying to make sense of the ideas. So yeah, That's my tip for that. Oh yeah, late submissions. Okay, this was our first week together. A lot of stuff that we had to go through, I know. So this particular week, I am and was accepting homework submissions late. Just this week, I am accepting them late, and I've still been grading them and giving feedback. In the future, as per my syllabus, I do not accept late work. So let's just be clear, please, please, please know the due dates of the assignment and make sure it's done on time. Homework assignments, I will not be accepting late moving forward. Quizzes, on the other hand, this is also in my syllabus. If you submit a quiz a day late, I will still grade it, but you'll have a 25% penalty for submitting it late. And if it's more than a day late, it's just a 0. So due dates are very important. No late homework assignments if you expect to get a grade for it. And quizzes, it's a pretty big penalty if you're 1 day late. And if you're more than a day late, it is simply a 0. Okay, so be aware of that. Mark your calendars, set reminders in your phone. I don't know. But make sure you get stuff done on time. And then the last thing I want to say is in our Canvas page, I have published the next module already, just in case you want to get a head start. And I just want to point out that I'm going to be doing our homework submission a little bit differently this time. So you'll see that in the week 2 module, you still have an overview and then a lesson, a little checkpoint. Remember, those aren't graded, but a little checkpoint, and then another lesson, additional videos if you need them. And then here you go, it's your homework. Now, instead of submitting the homework right here in the same space that you access it, what I have instead is, this is the space where you access the document. Here's the PDF, do the homework. But on the next page is where you submit it. And the reason why I did that is because I found myself making the same comments over and over and over and over on students' homework. So certainly, you know, what one student does wrong, the next student might do the same mistake. That's just the way it works. As learners, we usually make pretty common errors, and that's fine. I mean, I'm used to it, and that's part of the learning experience. But for me, on the teacher end, what that meant is I was typing the exact same feedback over and over and over and over on all 60 of my students' papers. And eventually I was like, gosh, there has to be a more efficient way to do this. So then it dawned on me, instead of me spot checking and having to type the feedback and maybe take off a point or two, I'm going to try it with the Canvas quiz. It's not really a quiz, it goes into your homework category, I promise. I'm going to try it with the Canvas quiz, where instead of me spot checking number 1, this computer system is going to spot check number 1. So this is straight off of your homework, okay? So you'd have your homework in front of you, you just got done with it, and now you're just looking at your paper and saying, okay, which one of these did I have? I pretty much had, you know, this one. So you click it. And then this one is also from number 1. It's number 1, part B from your homework assignment. So you'll just glance at your paper and be like, yep, I answered this. And you'll just go through and tell me what you got, essentially, for your answers. And here's what's cool. If you get it wrong, yes, it's going to mark you wrong, but guys, I was doing that too, okay? I'm sure some of you noticed I was giving like 12 out of 15 or 13 out of 15 if you got answers wrong. So if you get it wrong, it's going to immediately tell you why it was wrong and how to fix it, which is what I was doing on your documents anyway. But at least now you'll have that right away, and you'll be able to see my feedback right away, and hopefully be like, oh, I see why I missed that, and be able to fix it. Now, don't get me wrong, check out question 5. You're still gonna upload your paper. I still want to see that you did the entire assignment and you showed your work, and if it asked for a complete sentence, well, then you wrote a complete sentence. I still want to see all of that. In fact, check it out, 11 of the points come from you just doing the paper and doing it neatly. That's it. The majority of the points come from completion and effort. It's just these last 4 points that come from spot checking. And again, this is exactly how I did it before. I've always been spot checking, but I'm gonna try to let Canvas be the spot checker. So we'll see if that helps. I'm hoping that it gives you quicker feedback, and it'll also allow me to get through your papers more quickly so that I'm not grading until 2 a.m. all the time. So when you get in there, you will see that that's how it is set up. So if you have any questions, you know where to find me. But thank you again for your hard work this week, and I am looking forward to week number 2. All right, guys, we'll see you later.